hike central access control. So what is this hike central access control actually? This hike central access control is a newly developed software by the Hikvision for the access control, time attendance and video intercom purposes. With this, you can get away from the constraint that you have when you are using IBMS 4200. If you have used it, you know that it is not easy to manage, but with this hike central access control, you have more advantages compared to that. It is really easy to manage and lightweight software. You can also manage this access control, time the video intercom functions, and this is professional and flexible compared to the IBMS, and this is really easy to operate. And even for the customer, he will have a better time. So actually, this software makes the access control made easy. Here you can see some of the advantages and features of our Hikvision access control software. Mainly, you can use 5 credential types with the Hike Central access control. You can use face and you can use fingerprint, you can use PIN or password, you can use QR code, you can use card. There are many credential types that you can use with this Hike Central access control software. And also there are many permission groups. You can manage 512 permission groups and you can customize it as the requirement of you as well. Moving on for the advanced and access strategies. First, you can see the anti-passback feature. Let me demonstrate you what an anti-passback feature is. Just think, for an office premises there are separate entrance and exit, and you have a card as an access method for the premises. So when you go inside, you press the card at the entrance, and when you go inside, just think you want to get someone else inside the premises too. What you can do is you can just give the card through a window to that person. So when that person comes to the entrance and put that card, then the system will recognize, okay, this card has been used to get inside the office, but it has not been used to get out of the office. So there's something is wrong with this. With that, it won't allow the same card to use as the entrance to the premises without going it outside. So that is the anti-passback feature. And talking about this multi-door interlock feature, with this multi-door interlock, you can interlock multiply doors. What it means is when you interlock 2, 3 or 4 doors, what happens is you can't open more than one door at a single time. So if you want to open another door, you have to close the other doors before opening that. Most of these interlock systems are normally used in laboratory conditions to decontamination purposes, and as well as maintain the temperature conditions inside laboratories as well. And you should be noted that if you are going to use this multi-door interlock system, you have to use our Hikvision access controller to do this task. The other strategy, you can see the first person in. For office, if the customer requests you to, okay, in the morning when people coming in, I don't want anyone to go inside the premises. The first person should be the manager. After he comes, only then other people can go in. That's the first person in feature. So you can give that permission to manager. So until the manager comes and puts his card at the door, even the other people have access to go inside, but the access controller won't allow in when there's first person in is configured to the manager. So only after the manager comes to the office, it will allow the other employees inside the premises. The other factor is the multi-factor authentication. As I just told you a bit earlier, there are 5 credential types that you can use in the Hike Central Access Control System. You can use multiple types of these credentials at the same time. Even if someone lost his card and put his card at the door entrance, if you are using multi-factor authentication like fingerprint and card both, then it won't allow that person in, because it also requires the fingerprint of that person as well. By using this multi-factor authentication, you can have a more secure access to a premises. And the other strategy is, you can see free access and access forbidden. Okay, let me give you an example scenario and demonstrate this for you. What the free access means, you just think there's some kind of a maintenance going in the premises, and you don't want to get in the hassle of being there and opening the door for each and every maintenance guy. What you can do is, from the back end with the software, you can just keep all the doors unlocked So the maintenance guys can do their work freely and you won't have any hassle at all. And the other thing is access forbidden. Access forbidden means even if some persons have permission to open that door, what you can do is you can just temporarily disable the access to a certain kind of premises or certain kind of area with this our iQuestion access control software. The other thing is emergency response. Here you can see emergency response means just imagine a time of a fire. So if you're using a smoke sensor, if there is a fire alarm system implemented in the premises, what you can do is you can integrate an output from that system to our high central access control system. So if there is some kind of emergency, you can actually open all these doors so that people won't get stuck in the premises and they can go outside the premises without any hassle at all. Here you can see the professional and flexibility, some of the professional and flexibility demonstrations of our software. With this software, all these shift can be handled according to the job roles and all the departments in an organization. And here also in this picture, you can see the engineer have a normal shift from 9 to 7, 9 to 5 p.m. and the salesman who can go in and out at any time and just he have to spend work 8 hours a day, and the security staff is actually working the night 10 to 7 day in the morning. So all these shifts can be managed with this high central access control software according to your requirement. We got a diversified attendance reports, and there are already predefined 60 plus reports formats inside the software. Even if you want any more types or any more things to be integrated in these reports, you can customize these reports according to your requirement as well. And there's a small video, let me show it to you so you will have a better idea about these reports, the templates and everything. You can add the peoples and generate reports according to your needs with the time periods. Here he has requested to generate the report with a PDF file format. You will get it the format like this. You can also get custom reports, as I told, can be customized according to your needs. So he has completed a custom report. So, okay. I think now you have an idea how the predefined report formats are working and how we can customize these reports using our own requirement. Talking about the integration, if you have used this IBMS 4200, you know that third-party integration is not possible with the IBMS 4200. But with this site central access control, you can do the third-party integration as well, and you can use open API, database, local files, or SFTP as you require, and a third-party integration system can be managed easily. So, Yasanta, can you tell about our viewers about the system requirements and how lightweight and convenient our central access control software is?
Definitely, Varner. That is the most important point of the software. So if you have used to use Hike Central or any other server-based software, you will know the pains. Like sometimes you will be installing the modules that you don't need and just to use the access control functionality. But now it has come to an end with Hike Central access control. So if your project is tailor-made for access control requirement or a time maintenance requirement, you can use the Hike Central Access Control. The beauty of it, Varuna, is it is very lightweight. And in a while, we will show you the installation process. Like it is simply a breeze. You can just with 2 3 clicks install the software completely on a computer with having a spec as low as i3 with a 4 GB RAM. That is amazing. That is not a server computer at all. So, but with the performance and the fine tunings that we have done to the software, we are able to install it on an i3 computer with a 4 GB RAM. Of course, there are certain limitations in terms of number of doors that you can handle, number of people that you can handle, but it is very good starting point for a small and medium business, because they don't want to spend too much on the server cost, and they want to keep the cost very at a very minimum level. So this software is good enough to even install at a normal desktop computer at a customer location. So that is the most important point at the moment for small and medium businesses. As I mentioned earlier, Varuna, they don't want to spend too much on the servers. They don't want to put new servers for to run this kind of systems. Out of the existing available system, they with a very minimum configuration, they can still run this platform. That is the beauty of high central access control. So if you move forward, the compatibility and as well as the configuration. So on the low end, you can see i3 4 GB RAM can support up to 64 devices. Also, you can configure access points up to 64, video intercom devices up to 60, 256, like that. But if you want to go a little bit higher, like if you want to control more than 64 access control devices or time awareness points, you can gradually upgrade your server. For example, i5 with 8 GB configuration can handle up to 256 access points. And if you go for a server grade solution with maybe Intel Xeon processors, you can go up to 1224, and the maximum would be 248 access points. So I think which is a very good configuration when we talk about small and medium implementations. Actually, we are not going anywhere above 25. I guess 25 also will be a slightly bigger number. If you look at a one office, mostly for time attendance there would be maximum 2, and if it is access control there will be maximum 25. It is very well suitable for a medium end or low end projects. If you want to also make it a high end project which only supports access control and time attendance, still you can manage up to 248 doors. That is the summary of the system configurations that you can have. If you move forward, Varuna, I think just to show you guys how easy to operate the entire thing, right, Varuna?
I think Yasanta, if these guys have already used the IBMS, then they must have know how confusing the configuration of the IBMS can be. So if you see how the configurations can be done in this high central access control software, you will be amazed. So actually, there's an inbuilt wizard that will guide you with the step by step. So you will have a really easy time configuring this high efficient access control software. There's a small video, so let me show it to you guys, so you guys also will have a better idea about what I'm talking right now. Here, there's a separate wizard. Here you can see for the access control, time attendance person. So everything, there's a step-by-step guide. And what is inside the guide. So everything is mentioned. So you can just follow this wizard and do the configurations and everything easily compared to the IVMS 4200. Also talking about the initial EMAP operating. So what you can do is you can customize the map according to the location that you're using this high central access control software, and with that you can point out the locations actually where the our high efficient devices are placed in the premises, and you can actually the interactive this emap is an interactive map, so you can actually click on a device. Also, if that has a video feed, you can even watch that video feed as well using this emap feature. So there's a small video for that also, so let's go ahead and see it as well. You can do the locking unlocking functions as well from the emap. Here there must be a video feed. This can be a face recognition device, so you can also have a video feed from the device as well as it all.
So Varna, when we talk about this video feed, many question, one of the most question that we get is, are we able to record this video footage like in a DVR or NVR? To answer that, Varuna, we are able to add this video footage coming from access controller directly into a NVR even and do the recording. It is like a added feature. So normally I get that question a lot. So I thought of mentioning that as well.
Actually, thanks for sharing your thoughts and information, Jasanta. Let's go ahead. This high vision access control software is really professional and lightweight access control software. As we told earlier, this can do the access control, time attendance, and not only that, we can do the video intercom function as well through this our high central access control software. And this can be easily deployed in a limited budgeted environment to a small and medium scale business to manage access control and time attendance features. So as we have extensively talked, we can do the professional management, and as Jasanta told, this is lightweight and can be used in a really low spec hardware as well. And as I demonstrated you how the configurations and how the EMAP works, so this is really easy and efficient in operation as well. So you can use this thing in offices, stores, and industrial parks. There are only some of the example scenarios that we can use this central access control software. Jason, can we demonstrate our viewers how they can choose our high central access control license?
Definitely, Varuna, I think it is one critical thing. Most, I think people would want to know how to get this software. So there's a good news. There's a free version for anyone who want to get started with the software. You can just download it off the highvision.com official website and just use it. The limitations are up to 4 access control devices, otherwise doors, and up to 50 persons for time and attendance. So I have to clearly say that if you are using the software for the time and attendance, you can configure up to 50 persons. But if it is an access control system, you can adapt to the allotted capability of the software. So we will also show that what is that capability. But if you are going to do time attendance with the software, you can do only up to 50 in the free version. And also you can manage up to 10 indoor stations with the free version. Let's say now, I would say the free version will be more than enough for a small and medium company. But later stage, if you want to upgrade or off the hand for the project, you want more than this, you can also go for the professional version, which is a paid version. But I assure you the costs are very reasonable compared to the other software in the market, where the prices are very reasonable. And in the professional version, you can go up to 1024 doors, otherwise 1024 access points, and 10,000 persons in time attendance and 5,000 indoor station. Not only that, you will get also some added features which are not available in the free version, especially the advanced door control, where you are able to control your doors and everything through the software. For example, if you want to, let's say the classic example will be the lunch hour, which is the most busiest time. That time you don't want to have a congestion on that particular door which has access to the lunch room. Maybe you can define a rule in the system during the lunch hour the door is free to go, automatically unlocked for anyone to go and come. So that kind of an advanced configuration can be done for the doors, and as well as linkage with the emergency like fire and the panic alarms can be done from the software level as well as hardware level. And you're also able to get the custom attendance reports which we showed earlier. And the one of the most important factors is the AD domain synchronization. You might know as the Active Directory, where we are able to import your company users without manually entering it to the high central access control. You are able to just get it from the Active Directory configuration, which is very easy end of the day, because you don't need to again define each user. And also for the system users, you don't want to give them a separate password. They can use their AD password to log into the high central access control if they are managed in the platform. So that is the major differences between the free and professional. So when you talk about the professional licensing scheme, as you can see on the bottom, we have the base packages. So this software to work, you definitely should have a base. So the bases are starting from 8 door packages, 16 door and 30 door. 32 door. So as I mentioned, you have to have a base package. For example, let's say you have 5 doors. Free package is not enough. Free packages goes up to 4 doors. So you have to get the 8 base package. Let's say you have a 10 doors. You can get the 8 base package. Plus there's another package for 1 door expansion. You can get 2 of them. So it is a mix and match of these 2 base door package and the expansion package for the access control. Of course, for the time attendance, it is person based. You can have, depending on your count of the employees, you can go for a package. We have the 200, 500 and 1000 and more than 1000 package, which go up to 10,000. Also, you can, if you want to expand this control system of to control your elevator, you have the elevator control module as well, which need to be purchased separately. Doesn't count on the number of users or anything. It is a one-off module. Going forward, how do we position this software? So as Hikvision, we have wide range of software suitable for any case. any scenario. In terms of usage, we can position this between the Hike Central Professional and IUMS 4000. So if you know IUMS 4000, I'm sure you have been using it. It's a very basic software which you have to install on a one computer, and at any given time, one user can use it. The beauty of Hike Central access control is you are getting rid of this one user at one time concept, and you are going to a server client architecture where multiple users can access the system and manage it at the same time. It is also more stable and more professional. But at the lower end, you might have noticed that there's another one called cloud-based time attendance, which is actually part and parcel of our Hike Pro Connect software suite, which is a cloud software that which we have introduced for the market. So you can also purchase the cloud-based time attendance module, but that is only supporting only the attendance report, nothing else. You cannot control access control or any configurations, but to get only the attendance. If your customer is looking for a more sophisticated solution which has more controls and have multiple user access and but less headache to the system usage and can run on low specs, Hike Central Access Control is the perfect solution. So you can run access control, time attendance, video intercom, elevator control. Other than that, we have on top of that, we have the Hike Central Professional, which is the next advanced software which supports almost all our hardware. Then we have the Hike Central Enterprise, which is mostly used for smart city projects, like very high scale projects. If we go forward, we can also see how we have compared these different softwares. To start with the Hike Central Access Control and Hike Central Professional, to your left, you will see the only difference between Hike Central Access Control and Hike Central Professional are some modules. So if you see time attendance, video intercom, access control, both are common for both softwares. But if you go for Hike Central Professional, you have the visitor management, video applications, intelligent analysis, intrusion parking, and digital signage as additional modules. Let's say you have done a project using Hike Central Access Control, and at a later stage, customer want to integrate the CCTV part also to this particular deployment. Without any trouble or headache, you can just do a seamless upgrade of your Hike Central Access Control to Hike Central Professional. Even the licensing will remain the same. So you just have to just purchase the additional licenses that you want just to run the video surveillance system. So that is convenient, as simple as that. With one click, one setup, you can just upgrade from Hike Central Access Control to Hike Central Professional. So Hike Central Access Control is a very good starting point when you are going ahead with a customer where maybe they already have a CCTV system. They're going ahead with the access control system, and you can propose them the access control later on. You can show them the benefit with one united platform. You can control everything. You can see later all the modules that we have, starting from digital signage, parking instruction, video, visitor. So that's the beauty of Hike Central Professional. So you can convince the customer to start with the Hike Central Access Control if they're going in for access control system, and later you can ask them to onboard with Hike Central Professional, which support more wide applications. Next up, we have Hike Central Access Control and the cloud-based attendance software. As I mentioned earlier, you can see in this diagram the difference clearly. The cloud-based attendance module comes with Hike Pro Connect application, only supports the time and attendance. But it is also, you don't have to have any headache of managing your servers or any data, because everything is hosted on cloud, and your devices will be directly communicating with the cloud to upload the attendance, and users, HR and the managers can log into this cloud application and download the reports. That is a very minimum simple application if you are only using attendance. But if you're looking for more sophisticated one with time attendance, video intercom access control, still you can position yourself to go with the Hike Central Access Control, so that customers should be willing to deploy that on your on-premises server. Mostly this is the case. Most people prefer the privacy. When they hear the word cloud, they are scared. Oh my god, cloud, I don't trust. But now even Sri Lanka is moving away from that mindset, because now we know that cloud is more secure. Especially the major cloud providers has taken all the steps to secure their clouds, and we are running our platforms on the major cloud providers, so you don't have to worry about anything. But if the customers still prefer, they want to deploy it on a local premises with the more security and control manner, they can go for a Hike Central Control. Other than if they want to use the system for access control and video intercom also, you have no option but to go ahead with Hike Central Access Control. And next we compare the Hike Central Access Control with IMS 4000, the classic one. So you can, off the bat, you can say the multiple role management is not there with the IMS 4000. Professional applications are there with the Hike Central Access Control. You are able to seamlessly upgrade to Hike Central Professional with Hike Central Access Control, but with IMS you have to migrate your data manually. So that is a bit of a headache. And talking about third-party system integration, we have a wide range of options coming with Hike Central Access Control. So mostly these companies who are running these systems, they have the different HRIS or payroll software. So normally some companies just manually download the attendance report and upload it to the payroll, but some companies go a further step more and make it a more integrated system. That way they sometimes they connect the database. So from our side can automatically transfer data to the third party database table, or we can also directly use an API to programmatically from the software level to integrate. So that kind of benefits is definitely with the Hike Central Access Control, but if you are going ahead with 4200, that benefits are not there. That's the total comparison between these software. So you will know where to question the Hike Central Access Control, when to propose it. So I would say, as I mentioned earlier, when you are starting off with access control or time management project, it is a very good point to start with Hike Central Access Control. Later on also you can get the customer to upgrade to Hike Central Professional, which can support the other applications as well. So I have here virtual machine with, I have not installed anything yet there. So if I check the configuration here, I'm using an i5 processor with 2 GB RAM. So I mentioned in our slides, we at least need a 4 GB RAM, but here I'm going to show you, we also can manage with 2 GB RAM, but not recommend. So if you are going ahead with Hike Central Access Control software, definitely you should have at least a 4 GB RAM as recommended. So this is the installation package. The size is around 450 MB. So you just have to run the setup with admin privileges. I will show you the installation interface, which is very simple. First, it will show the recommended configuration, because the current configuration is not sufficient. It will show what is the recommended configuration, and you can click on next, and you can agree to your terms and conditions as a normal software. If you want to see custom options, you can see also from here you can change the installation directories, but I'm going to keep it as it is and just click on install. That is all. Very simple. Hereafter, it will take care of everything. This will take 1 or 2 minutes, and meanwhile, I will show you guys how to download this software. So basically, you can go to the hikevision.com/en, which is a global site. Here you can search for Hike Central using our global search. When you search for Hike Central, it should show all available options. Here you may find, maybe I have to enter another keyword. Yes, Hike Central Access Control. You can go to that page, and from here you can download the application. When you go to the bottom, you can have the software download part, and you can go to the download page. From here, you just simply download it. User manual is there, and there are some other documents. So I will just go through the documents. First one is product comparison, and actually it's between basic and professional version. As I mentioned in our slides, you can clearly see more details here. Free version up to 4 access points, the professional version up to 1024. Like that, you can see even free version up to 8 users. You have to keep that in mind. The user also limited. You can create only 8 users, but the professional version you can go up to 3000 users. Some other options, the modules you can see available. But going forward, the professional version offers some advanced features like cross-controller, multi-door interlocking, anti-passback, entry and exit counting, emergency operation group, custom attendance report, custom access control reports, AD synchronization, access control troubleshooting, card template design, and card printing, which is a very good feature, because nowadays companies also want to integrate their printing also into the same system. We have recommended some printers you can use, think Zebra and some other brand. I'll try to find those details and try to show it here as well. So you can just directly ask the customer, or check whether the customer already have a card printer. You can also design the card template directly from the Hike Central Access Control software and integrate to printing. And talking about the system requirement and performance, we have some more details here. These are the supported operating systems. Also, we have the mobile client, which can support the iOS and Android. And the database is PostgreSQL. It supports all major web browsers. So since we are using the web browser to access it. And also we have this performance chart here. As you can see from the low end to the high end, the number of supported devices and all the details are here in terms of persons, and all nitty-gritties are covered in this document. So you can basically, when you go to download Hike Central Access Control software, you will see all these documents also here. Also, especially if you want to check the compatibility between the device and the software, you can also check here before you purchase if that device is compatible with this software. and you can see the data sheet, quick start guide, device command, and this architectural and engineering specification also a great one, which clearly shows like highly technical areas. If your customer is asking about the ports, is asking about the protocols and the security wise data, you can see from this architectural and engineering document a clear document about total infrastructure and operation process of the software. Meanwhile, let's check out our software installation is now finished. And when you finish it, you will see the web client will be open for you. Also, there's a service manager open here. So you can also see that from the notification area here. And you will see currently it is running 3 services: system management service, etc. access control management server, as well as a streaming gateway server. So basically, by clicking on this each service name, you can modify the ports. You can see which ports are being used for each service, and you can, if you want to modify it, you can modify it from here. Also, if you want to restart your services or stop it, you can do it from here. Let me try to take it out. So when you first log in, it will ask you to set up the admin account, the super user. So you can simply set up your own password, do it. So this is the first time you logged in, automatically the free license will be activated for you. So you can go to this maintenance management and click on this license detail. And it will show you currently it is supporting 4 doors, 10 indoor devices and 50 persons for attendance. And when you purchase a license, it is very easy to activate. You can click on this activate. There's 2 methods, online and offline. We have shown this, demonstrated this activation method in our previous Hike Central Professional 2.1 training. It is available on Hike Vision Sri Lanka YouTube channel. So you can go and check it out how to know if you don't know how to activate the license if you purchase. So this is the interface you get. So here, one more thing is, as we mentioned, you have the wizards and you have the direct access to the user manual. So in access control, it's give you the step by step. First, you need to get at the device, then you have to click a schedule, add a person, create access level, assign that access level, and then you can real-time monitor. You can also generate the reports. So step-by-step guide is given there. For even for time attendance, it is there. You can see first you have to add the device. You can define the device as an attendance checkpoint. You can add a person. You can add a timetable. For that timetable, you have to create a shift. Then you schedule that shift for the person, and you can view the attendance report and export reports. So that is very simple as that. And we on the left we have the navigation and we have the all modules. You click on the all modules, you will see the all modules, and left side you have your favorites. Currently all are selected as favorites. If you want to remove something from the favorites, you just click on this star mark and you will see on the left menu it is vanished. So you can keep only on the left menu whatever the features that you are using. Others you can just remove. So for example, I'm attendance guy, so I only keep attendance data on the side menu. So when I click on this side menu, it will show only attendance. But in case if you want to go and check all the modules, you can go and check. So this is very simple navigation setup that you have. This is exactly similar to Hike Central Professional 2.1 in terms of access control, attendance, and other features. The user interfaces are pretty much similar. You have the map monitoring, health monitoring, and all the standard features are also into this. So if you want more details like how to configure access control with this or how to configure attendance with this, we recommend you to watch our dedicated videos on Hike Central Professional 2.1 access control configuration and time attendance configuration. We have published already on the YouTube channel, so you can get a detailed idea on how to do the configuration. So I will show you some of the basic interfaces. So I'm not going to cover in detail. So for example, if you go to the access control overview, here also you can see the step-by-step guide, and you can see a dashboard of your system data, how many persons are in there, how many devices, what is the health status, what is the person credential status, like access trend, what time the most people are coming in, abnormal records, like that you can see a complete dashboard. Also, when you navigate to the home page, you can also switch from this standard dashboard to a map monitoring dashboard, which we showed in the presentation. So you can have your own map and configure that, and directly you can also interact your access control devices from the map. You can rotate the map, you can navigate to certain doors and manually open it, see the camera of the door, and maybe take a picture. All that flexibility is given here. So this is actually access through the web browser. So currently I'm in the inside the server itself, but if you want to access it from the outside, In the same network, you can just type the LAN IP address of this server and access from the outside also. In the security settings, you can define the users. You can allocate additional users, and currently there are 2 roles. You can also customize your roles according to your requirement, and you can give what kind of permission that should be given to each person. So we have a very comprehensive, very dedicated, like very detailed access control mechanism for this user access. So you can precisely select what permissions that you should grant for that particular role. So once that is given, you can easily create that user in the system. We would love to see you using Hike Central Access Control software. So we invite all of you to use it, especially in the cases of access control and attendance, where you can use it for up to, in the free version, up to 4 devices, and with the 50% access control limit, which will be a more suitable software in terms of flexibility, the usage, reports, features, everything will be more than the 4200's IBM's 4200 software. All right, then, thank you very much for joining us today.